Welcome to another episode of The Traveling Golfer, this time from Bulle Rock, the Pete Dye Gem in Havre de Grace, Maryland. That's the Chesapeake Bay right there. And this golf course was built on the rolling hills that lead up from the Chesapeake Bay and has turned into one of the greatest daily fee golf courses in all of America. I've been here many times since it opened in 1998 and look forward to another adventure around Bulle Rock. We're looking at the par 5 8th hole. Once you get out to the golf course, the vistas are everywhere. From this point, you can actually see 5 holes on the golf course. The downhill par 4 4th hole, the 5th hole uphill monster, the 6th green, and the entire par 3 7th hole. About the only thing you can't see, the Chesapeake Bay. But it's close. How close? From the corner of the property, there's actually a pipe running into the bay to provide a source of water. It's pumped up to the golf course. An amazing engineering accomplishment by Pete Dye, Bulle Rock. And we bring it all to you here on this latest episode of The Traveling Golfer.
One moment changes everything. Distance, precision, decided in a microsecond. So reduce your ball spin and get the most performance at impact with 4 yards more. A next-gen golf tee proven by pros and players like you. The unique durable design flexes at contact, reducing ball spin, giving you tighter control and more distance. So change your game and get 4 yards more. Brought to you by Greenkeepers. Golf smart.
Bulle Rock, been around for years. A little new look thanks to Damon Klepczynski, general manager. And Damon, you started right in the clubhouse and then worked your way out. Tell us what's new inside this beautiful clubhouse.
Bulle Rock's always been Bulle Rock. It's always been the #1 golf course in the state. But we did do some updating internally as it related to our restaurant, our banquet spaces, and just really listening to customer needs. That's all we had to do here, was just try to kind of redefine the way that we were doing a few things. But we're excited about the transitions.
But you redefined that menu a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we basically updated our restaurant to where it was more of a gourmet pub and grill, more player-friendly opposed to more fine dining experience. Golfers always tell you the same thing. You know, they want a nice casual place where they can come in after their round and get a nice burger, some wings. So we added a ton of stuff to the menu that wasn't historically here, whether it's the newest, hippest IPAs or craft cocktails, along with a menu to match. So it's a little bit more subdued from a menu standpoint. But after 4 o'clock, you can still get your filet and crab cake.
And love the crab cake. Always have loved the crab cake here at Bulle Rock. You mentioned getting a cocktail. That is pretty high on the golfer's list. You have 2 great spots. That bar is one of the great looking bars in the entire area. And then the other thing, you've got a wraparound porch that gives you a pretty good 180 view of Bulle Rock. And of course, there's all those televisions in there now for a little bit of sports action.
People that play golf tend to be sports enthusiasts, so we added 11 TVs in the bar and around the terrace as well. We just made it a little bit more, I guess the easiest way to say is a little more casual, a little more inviting, whether you play golf or don't play golf, to come in and enjoy the space.
Many years of coming to Bulle Rock, every visit a treat. Yet I understand that a little bit of tweaking is going on this magnificent Pete Dye golf course. Tell me about it.
Well, absolutely. So what we did here at Bulle Rock is we didn't try to undo any of Pete Dye's work. I mean, obviously it's a very good golf course. It's been #1 in the state for 20-something years. When we took a hard look at what was happening when people played the golf course, we realized that it was almost too penal, feeling like maybe they got beat up a little bit when they were out there playing. Then it's all again in the following year. We addressed some areas on 12 or 13 spots of the golf course where we knocked down some of the historical tall fescue grass. And what it ultimately did is just allowed a wider berth for people to hit tee shots where they might have been walking into 2-foot tall grass before, and now they're finding their golf ball just like it's in regular rough, and they can play the golf hole, find it, hit it, and move on.
What I've always felt about fescue is it's beautiful to look at, but when it gets too close to the irrigated areas, it gets contaminated, it gets too thick. So moving it back off the cart paths and out of the play a little bit more, I'm all for it.
It made a world of difference. So, I mean, Bulle Rock has always been major championship ready, and we still are. We haven't skimped on the maintenance budget, but what we ultimately wanted to do was try to pick up our pace of play, number one, and have people actually enjoy their rounds of golf. No one likes losing 24 golf balls when they're out there playing.
I think you said it right, that people come to Bulle Rock for an experience. I think they should come for multiple experiences every year, and hopefully they will. What they'll find is certain holes that they're going to remember for the rest of their year and maybe for their entire golf life.
Pete Dye does a great job with risk reward. If you're aggressive off of tee shots around this property, you're rewarded. But also if you get short-sighted on any Pete Dye golf course, including this one, you're in for a long day.
Yeah, absolutely. I like that little section down low on the golf course in between holes like number 7 and 6 and all down in that little cove. You can stand there, you can see 3-4 holes. It's like a little peaceful valley. I always take a second to stop there and reflect.
I go to the back of 2 green and always look backwards because I think it's one of the prettiest sights around. And then 4 green, like you're talking about, just looking backwards down 4, you get to see number 8, it's part of number 5 and number 6. You know, it's cliche to say it, but Bulle Rock generally has 18 signature golf holes on it. It's hard to pick one out as a favorite. We know which ones are more difficult.
Probably 2 of the holes that get talked about the most are number 13, the ravine hole. It's a demanding tee shot, dogleg right around the deep ravine. Trust me, you don't want to be in it. And then it's a second shot to a very difficult undulating green that has probably produced as many 3-putts as any green on the golf course. And then it ends with a bang, number 18, a hole that always had so much drama in the LPGA Championship. It's again a demanding tee shot and then a second shot to a long, narrow green that's guarded by water all the way down the left-hand side. A very exciting finish to one of the great daily fee golf courses in all of America, Bulle Rock.
Hi, Duffy Waldorf here, talking to you about my exotics equipment. This is my exotics hybrid. It's a 17 degree. I didn't know it was just, there was more to it than degrees. This club has really helped me take care of the hybrid situation in my bag. I really thought there wasn't any more I could do. This club gives me a great launch angle, gives me less spin, and it gives me more things than I thought I could get in a hybrid. I thought a hybrid was just, you know, hit it high and it drops down. I can shape this ball left to right, I can hit it high, I can hit it low. Just the way the design is, the way they've moved the weights around, it's really a fantastic club. It turns out they make more equipment. I didn't know that. I tried this 3-wood and I was like, huh, that's better than the 3-wood I have in my bag. In fact, it was better than the driver in my bag. So now I'm trying the driver. The driver will be in my bag probably this week. I hope it's in your bag soon too, because you can't beat them.
This amazing piece of property that eventually became Bulle Rock was originally a family estate. James Samuel Patton owned the property, and he brought the first thoroughbred onto the continent named Bulle Rock. His granddaughter, who lived on this property, named it Bulle Rock, and it became the golf course. Amazing how a horse history turned into today's modern golf history. A daily fee course, not a resort, not a municipal course, not a private club. It is a freestanding daily fee golf course that would rival any other in that category in the country. From day one, we don't want to throw around the term Pete Dye masterpiece lightly, but that's exactly what this was called from the beginning when it was first said that on opening day they could hold a U.S. Open here. And that mantra was repeated through the years. I don't think anybody would really disagree. Bulle Rock was built to be a championship golf course. Pick the wrong tees, well, it could be a long day. There's not a lot of forced carries. Pick the right tees, and you've got a fighting chance to get through with a good score. 5 years of the McDonald's LPGA Championship, this course made the cream rise to the top. The winners of those 5 years, they're amazing names. During the days of the LPGA Championship, this was my favorite hangout at Bulle Rock. You could go from the 8th green, the par 5, watch the action there, shoot over to the 9th tee, and then you'd see them try to attack this hole. The shorter hitters on the LPGA Tour took the path to the left. The bombers, Michelle Wie, Laura Davies, went straight at it to the right. Huge difference between the way they played the hole. Now you know why my choice is always to the left. With the many uphill challenges and then the downhill pull of the Chesapeake Bay, the yardage that you see on your rangefinder isn't always the real yardage for the shot. The 3-putt is not a stranger here at Bulle Rock. Trust me, folks. You might as well get used to it from the beginning. You're going to 3-putt some of these greens. When you get to the greens, that's when it really begins here. The green complexes are so well designed. They are absolutely devilish, and some of the biggest greens you'll find anywhere. Pete Dye, you devil, you. Major challenge for an architect is to create really good short par 4 and a really interesting long par 5. That's tough to do. But Pete did both on this course. From the black tees, this might be the longest hole you've ever played. 665-yard par 5. Should we play it from here? No. Good reason to tee it forward. Number 11. It's one of the few places on the course where you actually get a peek at the Chesapeake. You get a great look at it from the second deck of the clubhouse, but on 11 you see it as you start to come down. And it's a long par 5 that plays even longer because it seems it's always into the wind.
Yeah, it's a 3-shotter, number 11 for sure. Noticeably, that's one of the golf holes. We took a lot of the fescue down that was left of that golf hole. And historically, people played it, their tee shot further to the right off the tee, which only lengthened the golf hole. So it's those little areas, like on that tee, the line off the tee on your tee shot has changed as much as 30 yards there, because people aren't now scared to hit it on the left-hand side of the golf hole, straighter line in. But it's a 3-shotter. When you play 11 and you're reaching it in 2, you might want to consider going to Q school for tour.
Pete Dye, the architect, is a devilish kind of a guy. He does a good job of pulling your eye where it shouldn't go. You really have to think your way around Bulle Rock. It's got 75 to 100 foot of elevation changes, and that always requires a little bit of thought if you're going to have any chance of making par. There are a number of signature holes here at Bulle Rock. No hole looks alike. Every hole goes in a different direction. there are absolutely marvelous green complexes with all kinds of features to them. It is really a parade of signature holes. When in Bulle Rock, it's not all about golf. There's plenty of baseball when you're at Ripken Stadium. We're with Adam McGillen, Senior Marketing Manager for Ripken Baseball, on the field, on the hallowed turf of Ripken Stadium in Aberdeen, Maryland, where the Aberdeen Ironbirds play Class A day on the course at Bulle Rock, and then a night here for the Ironbirds.
Oh yeah. This is definitely Hartford County's home for family fun. Is Ripken Stadium. They have it's a short season team, so they start in mid-June. They play 36 home games, and every home game has tons of entertainment added onto it. So you get the baseball plus family entertainment, and on select nights, it's the best fireworks show in the area.
Now, the Ripken Stadium here is the baseball for the big guys across the parking lot. Little smaller level. It's like almost a miniature replica. It's called the Baseball Experience.
Yeah, it's the Ripken Experience, and it's for youth baseball players. We have tournaments and camps for players 12 and under, and then we have another field over there that's actually a full-size 90-foot diamond, an exact replica of Yankee Stadium. And so we have older age group players, 13 and up, who will play on that field, and they'll get to play right here where the Aberdeen Ironbirds play.
Over the course of a year for the Ripken Experience, how many kids might come through and play on these other fields?
Well, we get about 1,000 teams that come through, and there's about 14, 15 players per team, so it gets up there, probably about 15,000 players.
All of this is inspired by Cal Ripken, Hall of Famer, who grew up right in Aberdeen, played his entire career for the Baltimore Orioles. His influence in this complex must be amazing because the attention to detail and the quality is over the top.
This all started when Cal retired, and Major League Baseball gave him a lump sum of money to basically build a baseball player's paradise in his hometown, and that's exactly what he did. He started with this stadium here for minor league baseball where the Aberdeen Ironbirds play, and then he expanded with the youth facility across the street, which he was heavily involved in the design of that facility, and he wanted it to be a big league experience for young players. So it's got recreations of all the best ballparks. There's a small Fenway, there's a mini Wrigley, there's a mini Old Memorial where the Orioles played before Camden, and then there's Cal Seniors Yard, which is a 2/3 replica of Camden Yards, complete with the taller wall and right, stadium seating, major league style dugouts for young players. So it's a pretty awesome experience, and he was involved the whole way in making sure it was the best possible experience for young players.
I've met many baseball players over the years, major league players. Their favorite activity when they're not playing baseball is playing golf. For you golfers, try a little baseball at the Ripken Experience. With Jeff Barnes, General Manager, Residence Inn by Marriott, Aberdeen, Maryland. Convenience. Ripken Stadium right out the door, Bulle Rock right down the road. You're a lucky man.
Yeah, absolutely. We have a premier spot here, not only for the baseball players and teams that come into the area, but we're maybe 7 minutes from Bulle Rock itself, so it's a nice, convenient, and easy drive.
Of course, the complex is all baseball all the time, but even the hotel is made to look like the warehouse in the background at Camden Yards. It's amazing.
Yeah, the guests really do enjoy that. I mean, it's something that's out of the norm. Usually when you go to a hotel, you kind of get your normal feel for what a typical hotel would be. So it's nice here that this mimics the Camden Yards and overlooks the baseball field. So the whole feel to it itself is something that the guests really do enjoy.
And the ownership here at the hotels has a little tie-in with Bulle Rock also, so that makes for a nice synergy.
That is correct. That is correct. We have plenty of people that come in, and actually sometimes on the weekends with the baseball dads that come in that want to get away and shoot 18 holes at that Bulle Rock. they come back very happy. So we have a lot of people that actually will stay here and play golf there, either from the area or outside of the area, and it's a great experience.
Baseball and golf, golf and baseball, all of it together here in the Bulle Rock, Ripken Stadium area. After a day of golf at Bulle Rock, best suggestion, just come down the hill Havre de Grace, the quaint town. Its charm has been around since colonial days. There are great restaurants, bed and breakfasts. There's the Maritime Museum. There's the Decoy Museum, the duck decoys. And of course, there's the promenade where you can get close to the Chesapeake Bay. The calming waters, the beautiful sights. This is a part of America that never gets forgotten by the visitors who come to this area right here in Havre de Grace and right up the hill at Bulle Rock. We hope you've enjoyed this tour of the area and the Pete Dye gem that lives on in the history of golf and will continue to be one of the greatest daily fee golf courses in America for many years. From the Traveling Golfer, it's been our pleasure to take you on yet another golf tour.
Tony Leodora's golf wardrobe, courtesy of Antigua, the leader in modern golf apparel. Tour Edge is the official equipment sponsor of the Traveling Golfer.